Well, pupils have gone back to the Riverlea High School in Johannesburg this morning, and it follows that fire on Freedom Day. The blaze destroyed 11 grade 8 classrooms, leaving over 200 learners with nowhere to learn. Police have since opened up a case of arson, and Newzroom Afrika Zola Sholwana is live from the school. Zola, good morning. How's it going?
Good morning to you too, Iman. In fact, we have seen some furniture being delivered not so long ago, a number of desks and, chairs. But obviously we don't know, in terms of the number, but we know that there's over 200 pupils that have been affected by this fire that gutted 11 classes here at Riverlea High School. Let's get to hear from the SGB chairperson about their concerns, because we understand that, security has been the biggest issue here in the school, where they also told us that at some point during weekends they wouldn't have security. Keagan, thank you very much for your time. Currently, what are your concerns as the SGB? Of course, this incident has left a lot of parents worried about the safety of their children.
Absolutely, Sola. Thank you for having me. I think at this point, our current concern is that let me rather start by saying that we are grateful, that the department has pulled through. They have delivered mobile units. As you've seen, we've got some furniture that has come through now. And so some of the issues are being addressed. However, the concern that we have as the SGB is that understanding that there is budget constraints, of course, but we don't want this to be a permanent solution where we have mobile classrooms for our kids. We need we need our school basically to be rebuilt. And I understand we can look at phases even in doing that. Even if they come to us and say, listen, for now we can do one row, in 2 years' time we'll do another row, but let's get some sort of commitment that our school will be rebuilt. So that is our concern currently. The other concern that we had was security. As you rightfully mentioned, over weekends we had no security. The department has stepped up, and they have now provided us with additional security. We've got 4 during the day now and 4 at night, and they will also be overlapping over the weekend. So there has been some progress made, but yeah, we feel there's not enough. We need more from government, yeah.
So looking at the mobile classes, 4 of them, and we spoke about the pressure that this will actually bring to teachers who will now have more learners, in one class. And the department says currently they do not have the budget to rebuild the school. How's the learning and teaching process going to go about in the school?
Yeah, so as I've mentioned, so currently it obviously puts pressure on the teachers, because teachers now have to move from classroom to teach. And I mean, think about it. Are they being effective? Because if I'm a geography teacher and I would like to have my charts up in the classrooms to aid my teaching abilities, and so they are stifled in a sense. And so obviously, we are appealing to government to say is that let us consider this, because the quality of education is now being questioned here and impacted rather. So we are appealing that we need not just the mobile classrooms, but we need the school to be rebuilt so that we can address these issues. It's not a good situation currently for us as the SGB and the community, and the kids, because they're not getting a full quality of education at the moment, yeah.
And of course, at this moment, we don't know what could have led to the fire.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of speculation at this point. We do know that the first person that was on scene actually saw perpetrators jumping over the fence. So, of course, somebody had set the school alight. It wasn't just a electrical dysfunction or whatever the case may be. Somebody set it alight. So we're looking into an arson matter, and the matter is under investigation currently, and so we'll leave that with SAPS. We don't have further information at this point. As I say, I don't want to speculate any further. Let us allow SAPS to do their investigation, and then we can take it from there. One of the other things that we've also implementing now is to ensure that we have somebody living on the premises. So in conjunction with the security, we will also have a caretaker. And I think that will just enhance the security within the school. As we get some security cameras running, it can be monitored, on site. And so that's where we're at currently.
Speaking about these cameras, I'm seeing some cameras here installed. Are they working? Are they functional?
Zola, those cameras used to work. They're no longer working. So we've had youngsters come through and they used to cut those cables. They stole some cameras. There was some footage of youngsters where they actually stole the camera and thought that once the cameras removed the images, but not understanding that this thing gets recorded. So these were youngsters. These were kids from the school. And so these are some of the challenges that we've had. And based on all of that, I think we've learned some invaluable lessons through this fire. And we will be taking a different approach once we have now installed new cameras and security measures. We're going to be taking a different approach to that to ensure that this does not happen anymore.
Thank you very much, Keagan, the SGB chairperson here at Riverlea, telling us about their concerns as the school governing body and parents, because they are also voices of parents of learners here in this high school. We do understand that learning is expected to take place, from tomorrow, because more furniture will be brought for those grade 8 learners that have lost their classes due to that fire that we saw a couple of days ago. Iman, back to you in studio.
Zola Sholwana, thank you. It's just also shocking to think that, in some cases, it's the kids from the school that are involved in damaging school property.